How's it going, everybody? It's Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Well, today we're going to talk about PlayStation 3 emulation again. So, yeah, it's been ongoing and stuff like that. It's getting better and better and better. And hopefully eventually that Sony will figure it out on how to, get PS3 on the PS5, even PS6, natively and stuff like that, and not streaming and stuff. One of the programs that I use when I play PS3 games on my PC, I always forget the name of this one. Don't mind me, but it's RPC S3 because I think they got RPC S2. So I have like all my emulation in a different folder on my computer and stuff like that, and an external hard drive I keep all my games backed up on. So I do back up my PS3 games. So I have a nice little copy of it, and it's getting better and better for emulation overall. So that people out there keep figuring out, patching these games, and some of them even got online capabilities for it and stuff like that. So the emulation community out there is doing a heck of a job. So give it time. I think it's going to be figured out, and they better do it real quick and real soon, because a lot of games being stuck on PS3. With PS3 getting older and older, and nostalgia is going to start hitting harder and harder. I got lucky when I bought my PS3 games. Started a couple years ago to start going full time into collecting PS3 games and get my complete collection that I have. So I think the prices are going to start skyrocketing way up in the air if Sony doesn't figure this out and capitalize on nostalgia type stuff. You think Sony's ever going to do that? We don't know. But let's look at a few games that are some are on the PlayStation where you can stream it, some are not even on it. We'll just go through them. There's no random order. I had to record this video twice, by the way. But okay, so this one is on the PlayStation 5. You can stream it. I seen it on there, but being that this franchise should be more respected, they should figure out a way to modernize all these games and update it where you can just have another disc or just download it and have it on your PlayStation. That's a God of War Ascension, but God of War franchise in general, they need to do something. So I think they're going to have God of War Egypt coming up next, so we'll see. But just in general, just get all the PS2, PS3, get them all updated and modernized, and bring it all up to like a compilation package. They did it on the PS3, like a big old compilation. I haven't got it on my floor there, but a compilation of all the games. But for right now, you can stream Ascension. I know God of War 3 HD is you can download that because I have a PS4 version of that one. But it's like a scattered mess everywhere. And it's like Sony can come out with a compilation set with all the games on it and release it or do something with it. It's like a whole HD remaster of all the games or something. So yeah, just keep in mind, God of War Ascension it's on there. You can stream it. I got my PlayStation Portal, which I can stream PS3 games on that. It works pretty good because I got good enough internet. Where I'm sitting right here is where I kind of I'm playing my PS3 games. I just kind of sit back and just kind of on my Portal, just kind of chill out as the movie's playing on my TV. So yeah, something that they need to figure out is all the PlayStation Network games that they had on PS3. This is just my best of PlayStation Network. A couple of these are already on the PlayStation 5. You can play them. I think Tokyo Jungle's on there, but I think you have to stream it. Maybe they did an update on that one where you can download it. But Sound Shapes is on there, but they took the network features off from it. So I think you could just do all the stuff in Sound Shapes, and that's about it. But they got when Vikings Attack. When I was looking for that one, I didn't even see that on PlayStation 5. So yeah, but Fat Princess, that would be awesome. They got like a sequel to it. I can't remember. Fat Princess Adventures, I think it was, but Fat Princess would be pretty awesome. But yeah, just the network games in general that you can't even get on PS5. That would be pretty cool. Just off the Sony franchise deal here. This one I'm surprised they haven't done anything with, really. I think eventually they're going to do something with this with this because both of the franchises are popular, and that's Alien and Predator. This is gonna happen. I just wish they would modernize this particular game right here, Alien versus Predator on the PS3 right here. Get this one modernized and get it re-updated and get it and get it on PS5. That would be awesome. I don't know if they got this particular one where you can stream it or not. You can let me know in the comments below, but that would be awesome. I know they're gonna have to do it because they're Alien and Predator are both just up there right now. It's like capitalize on that. This one you can get on other things, I believe. So I think I got this on my computer without uploading this PS3 version of it. So I think I have the PC version of something like this. And that's Alice Madness Returns. This one right here, when this came out, I think I had the digital version before I bought this one later. I can't remember when I bought the physical version of this game, Alice Madness Returns. But I did get the I did have the online pass when I looked it up on my PS3 there, and I had the online pass and everything. So I had everything for this game. I think I had some DLC for it. But yeah, another one right here that's not even on the PS5, which would be pretty cool. This one would be awesome if they did something with it. I think they had yeah, the DLC was like the was kind of like a sequel to this one. That's the DLC was not a physical release. It was when I was doing my research when I picked up this game. That's right. When I picked this one up, I found out that the DLC was now a physical release or something like that. So I can't remember what it was, but there was no physical release for it on PS3 when I was doing my full collection of PS3 games. But that's another one. This one was I think this one was like a day one type release. If I remember, me and my buddy Matt used to play this game all the time. We talk about this quite a bit, and that's Afro Samurai. We had so much fun with this one. I think they had like a television or cartoon show or something like that. Animated show of this thing right here. But there's another one. I looked on PS5 and I couldn't find it. I was like, I'm surprised they didn't do anything with this. Was this a Sony published game? Surge, Afro Samurai. I don't know, but if Sony has something to do with this one would be great to bring out. You know, we'll talk about that with the games and stuff like that. But this one right here is a hidden gem. I thought this was on PlayStation 5 where you can play it, but I didn't see this on there. They might have had it and removed it. That was Folklore. This was another hidden gem on the PS3 that, if you had a PS3, go pick it up. This is what I'm talking about. Sony needs to get their act together and figure this out before it's too late. But there's some MotorStorm games on the PlayStation 5 you can play. I think the one that's on the PlayStation 5 is MotorStorm Apocalypse. I think that's on there, but the other ones ain't. I don't think Pacific Rift or the first MotorStorm is on there. And I think Sony's going to do something with these MotorStorm games eventually. So hopefully soon, because this will be another great franchise to bring back and modernize it. All the MotorStorm games, and where you ain't got to stream it. These next two I'm not too really worried about. I think Konami's going to do a volume 2. I think it's going to be for Metal Gear games. So the two Metal Gear games I'm talking about is Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot and Metal Gear Rising. So I'm hoping that Konami does a volume 2 and brings back these two games with all the DLC and stuff like that for it, and modernize it a little bit, update the graphics and stuff like that, and bring it back, because a lot of people complain about this one right here, Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, I was playing this one not too long ago. I got halfway through the game. It's a long game. Holy smokes. But I think eventually these are going to come out. Fear franchise. I know the first one I think is you can stream it on the PlayStation 5. I believe you can stream this one, but you got Fears 2 and 3. I didn't see that on there. That's another one. This is Warner Brother and Sierra. So, yeah, I'm not sure how they could do this one because it's like two different people, Sierra and Warner Brothers. Got Monolith, but they could figure out a way to get all these Fear games updated and like a triple pack. Get this updated and released. That would be great. But yeah, these are another one that just they're kind of pretty much stuck on the PS3. But I think you can get these on Xbox 360 and stuff like that. But in general, they haven't done an update on these really too much. Like I said, you can play the first one. Then we got Infamous 1 and 2. Now these I believe you can play on PlayStation 5 already. But a lot of people talk about these too and get something updated on this. There's other infamous games on the PS4 that you can download and play because it's not it's not PS3. They can't it's not complicated. But these two right here would be great if they can remaster them and get them updated, and where you can play this where it's not streaming and it's infamous. And we got the Resistance games. I think there might be one of the Resistance. I don't know. Maybe it's Resistance 3 is on there. It's like Sony's got this thing about, but we'll release one game out of the franchise and maybe we'll release the other ones. But Resistance games. We got Resistance Fallen Man, Resistance 2, and Resistance 3. And I think they had them all on the PlayStation 5 Classics catalog for a little bit. But another one that's pretty much stuck on streaming is those games, when they're on there. So that's the other problem is that PlayStation, you have to pay the highest tier on the PlayStation Plus network to access the classics to even stream it. So it's like, yeah, man, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Last one I'm going to talk about is the Killzone trilogy game here. I know the PS4 Killzone game and Liberation is on PlayStation 5. You can get those, but I don't think the Killzone games in general are on there. The Killzone 2, and Killzone 3. Killzone 2, I can see they can get that pretty much figured out because I think the original Killzone was on PlayStation 2, I believe. If I remember correctly, you can quote me in the comments. But yeah, Killzone in general, Guerrilla Games. Yeah, do something with this franchise. Who does Killzone now? For crying out loud, that would be great if they can come out with something. Bring these updated and bring it where you can get the online where people ain't got to sit there and try to change this address right here and you can go play online. Get it where you can play online on the PS5 with something like this. That would be great. Now, yeah, emulation in general. I know Sony's been working on it. The classic team at Sony has been working on getting emulation figured out. I think I'm reading articles and it's like people are figuring in the PS5 cycle or PS6 they'll have it definitely figured out. But people on the other end that working on all the emulation on PC and stuff like that, and these little pies and stuff like that, people are figuring it out, and more games are getting updated where you can start playing it in other ways. Now, Sony can capitalize on that. That would be great because PlayStation 3 is getting older. Nostalgia is hitting. It's when I started buying these games, they were cheap. They were still expensive, but cheap enough where I picked them up. A couple years down the road, as time goes on, Xbox 360 is already getting that effect right now. Some of the games are expensive. PS3, I think, is going to be next. It's going to GameCube, has already did its thing, and Nintendo's, we're going to have Xbox 360 and PS3 era where people are going to start going, oh my god, I got to have that PS3 game because Sony won't do nothing with it. There's other games, lots of games, Lego games are stuck on the PS3 that you can't play on the PS5. I mean, you can play them on the PC, go through Steam. You could do it that way. But if you're a PlayStation person and you want to play on the PlayStation 5, yeah, okay. But I'm hoping that Sony, like I said, comes out with an emulation box where they can just release it like the PlayStation 1 Classic thing that they screwed up on. But yeah, but come out with something like PlayStation 3's first party hits on this one box. Here, buy it and support us. You can play them all on this with trophy support and stuff like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's an ongoing situation with PlayStation 3 emulation. Hopefully someday they'll get it all figured out. Why they had to make a complicated console is, yeah, okay, whatever. Make it where you can't do anything with it. At least I could say about one thing about Xbox. At least they try to do backwards compatibility with all their older games. Not all of them work on it, but at least they try. Nintendo, that's a different topic for another day. You know, yeah, but at least Xbox is doing something about it. Or PlayStation, they had to make a complicated console and stuff like that. It's like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do the emulation wording and something? Okay, whatever. But hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below. What do you think of the emulation deal out there? Do you think PlayStation's ever going to get their heads out of the sand there and figure this out and make it where we don't have to stream it? Yeah, what do you think about that PlayStation deal there where you have to be at the highest tier for crying out loud to even stream these games? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check you all in the next video. Bye! Fun times.